You are getting stronger every single day. You are more intuitive every single day. Your psychic abilities are opening up. Yes, indeed, you. Everyone has the ability to connect with their higher self, God, love, Jesus, source, don't care what you call it, via your psychic senses, okay? Because you're a wizard, because you're a magical unicorn. We are the Dancing Unicorns here at AG University Podcast. That is our official mascot. And you are in alignment with this message, or else you would not find me. Okay, period. I always tell people, I know that sounds cheesy, like if you found this message, it's for you, but it really is, because your reality is mirroring to you all of the possibility, all of the people, all of the places, all of the things that are falling into alignment. And just as things fall into alignment, we must allow other things to fall away, fall away, fall away, fall away. I was just doing a little dance before this, and I invited in our higher self, and I just wanted to kind of open the mic and do a little channeling, because I was genuinely feeling music and dancing. And I'm talking, I listened to the Yin Yang Twins. Okay. It's not like a super spiritual experience. I mean, it is for me, but you know what I mean? It's light, it's fun, it's happy. And I was dancing and I was thinking, wow, if I can just connect with people and tell them to connect with the emotion of joy, to channel the emotion of joy, just as you would channel anything, right? Channel the emotion of joy and just allow that to fill your body. Like right now, whether you're driving, walking, whatever you're doing, maybe close your eyes and give color. I mean, for me, I'm going to send it to you guys from my room, this purpley iridescent color. Okay. That's always the energy that I work with. Whenever I do Reiki with people, they're like, I saw purple energy, right? So just imagine your body is just flooding with this purple, joyful, dancing, playful energy. And you'll feel a shift. You'll feel a shift in your body. It really is that simple. Sometimes just say, hey, God, I invite more joy into my life. Universe, I invite more joy in this moment. Show me how I can infuse joy in whatever it is that I'm about to do, right? Because all it takes is for our brain to start looking for more joy, to start inviting in more moments of magic. And then we just organically release some of the old, heavy, darker, denser energy. And I say that all that is just times in our life where we chose fear. Okay. I'm so tired of everybody being afraid of darkness. Darkness is not meant to be feared. You are a light in a world of darkness. There is light, there is dark, there is all kinds of things, because people are scared. And when we can see them through that lens of like, oh, they're just scared. They're scared. Okay. There's nothing for you to fear, because you are a magical beam. Okay. You are this ball of sunshine, and you have loving energy inside of you. And that ability to carry that loving frequency will create ripple effects everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, when you smile at someone, when you greet them, when you just show the tiniest act of kindness towards someone, that creates a ripple effect in their life. And just as you see, these ripple effects, they do add up. They do matter. I know sometimes we like to think that maybe we are small or insignificant in some way, or like, how could we ever make a difference? But you can, and you are here to make a change. You are here to anchor in a frequency of lightness, of kindness, of joy. And so that is your essence for this week, is really making your joy a priority no matter what. Like, does this feel joyful to me? Does this light me up? Is this something that excites me? Right? Because that joy is always in alignment with our soul, with our purpose, with our intuition. It's almost God's way of connecting us, being like, yeah, when we feel joy, it's like this little scavenger hunt. We're like one step closer to being like, oh yes, of course. When we feel joy in these places, right? Like, I could have completely disregarded that, like, joy, I find joy in dancing, right? And thinking like, oh, well, it's just something I like to dance in my pajamas in my room. And then suddenly I'm like, wait, what if I taught other people how to do this? And then boom, it's taken me on this whole roller coaster ride. No, nothing. How about that brings you joy is silly. There is value in everything. And it doesn't mean that you have to monetize it or make it into a business model. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that your joy will guide you into rooms where you will find your people. Your joy will guide you into places where you can meet a romantic partner. Your joy will guide you into places where you're able to follow your curiosity. It is just continuing you on this beautiful roadmap that you are on, right? We're all just kind of on this really fun, exciting, wild ride. And so just know that joy is your compass. It's a really important part of this map, of this guide. And then the more that we tune into it, when we tune into it, we are activating joy in other people because they see it inside of us. And when they see it inside of us, we can go out and activate that. It's like they receive that from you, and you don't have to teach them. You don't have to talk. You don't have to explain it. You can if you want to, but that's not the point. The point is that you'll just start to exude it, and that is contagious. Okay. You can be a beacon of hope or light for so many people wherever you live. I always tell people, I do not care. You don't have to be in LA. You don't have to be anywhere. You can be in a small town, Kentucky. Okay. I don't care. You are meant to be a beacon of hope for so many people in your life. And I just want you to remember that you don't have to do anything except be who you are and stand in your truth and follow your joy and your curiosity, because it really is that simple. When you just focus on those things and allow everything else to just fall away, all these things that you think that you should be doing or things that you can do because you're just good at them. Yeah, but do you like to do them, or are you just doing them because you're good at them, or because it's productive, or because you're crossing it off of a list, or because maybe you're making someone else's life easier, right? It's really just bringing back a very simple question into every single thing we do and weaving in checkpoints. That's all you need, checkpoints. You are so intuitive. You have the ability to check in with your higher self at any given moment. And these little anchors is like, does this bring me joy, or is this actually creating a lot of resistance? And I'm not saying that things aren't like you're always going to be the most joyful experience of your whole entire life, right? But there are things that you know in your heart that you don't really have to be doing. But we as humans, we live in this false narrative and this false reality where we're addicted to struggle and pain and hardness, because we think that in order for us to have all these nice things, we need to fight for our life and struggle to get there. And I just want you to know that this life that you are in right now, this life is it's like you've been waiting to get on this Ferris wheel, right? And then you go on the Ferris wheel and you've gone through all these other lifetimes and you've trained and you studied. Then you get on the Ferris wheel after you've waited in line forever. And then you're like, should I even be enjoying the ride right now? Or should I just I don't know, maybe stress a little about would the Ferris wheel fall apart? It's like, no, bitch, go on the Ferris wheel, enjoy the ride, take it all in, smell all the smells. Hold hands with the person beside you, be present and go, oh, what a lovely ride. That's where you're at right now in life. You're not just looking around for the Ferris wheel to fall apart. You are getting on the Ferris wheel and you're like, you know what? I have trained, I've done the work, I've looked at myself, I've had past lives, I don't know, whatever you believe in. And I'm going to go on a delicious, delightful ride right now because I deserve that. And I'm going to enjoy this. And I'm going to recalibrate my compass to joy because I am no longer going to be addicted to the struggle and the pain and the shame and all of these things. And what's really cool is that when we invite in, like I said, just invite an emotion, invite something new into your body, allow a new experience to come in, because all of that old stagnation will just organically fall away. It doesn't all have to be processed, given a name, labeled, blah, 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 a whole story. Sometimes it's better that way, because when we know too much, we associate or identify with a story too closely. And this is your wake-up call and your reminder that at any given point, you can just pry that little story out of your hands and let it go and be like, you know what? I'm rewriting a new story. I'm making something else up. There's a lot of meditation practices and teachers and people that will say, you can rewrite parts of, we really are. Our brain, that's what neuroplasticity is. Our brain is much more malleable than we give it credit for. And we are the ones that rehearse things over and over and over. When we complain, when we call people, when we ask, when we tell the story. I always say, if you want to let something go, or a person in your life, maybe an ex, a breakup, something that has ended, stop saying their name, stop talking about it, because all you're doing is bringing their energy back into your auric field over and over, right? So sometimes when we identify too closely with a story, you just have to tell your brain control. We are going into our little center. We're going to do some, I love EFT tapping for rewiring or reprogramming, but you're just going to be like, I choose a new story. I really choose a new story. I bless this old version of me. And sometimes it might be, you might have sadness for that version and just say, I love you. You did the best that you could, but we're going to let it all go. And going forward, we are stepping in to this new path of joy being our checkpoint. Okay. Just throughout the course of the day. Like I said, not every single moment is going to be joyful because sometimes we just have to do things like, I don't know, actually, you really could make it, I think, some of the mundane tasks like chores and things that maybe, waking up in the middle of the night to feed a baby. You're maybe not like, yeah, I'm waking up. I'd rather be asleep. But I think that you really can ask yourself for a lot of the things that you're doing work-wise or conversation-wise or places that you're giving a lot of energy and just recalibrate. Is this giving me joy? And in what ways can I invite more joy into my life today? So I just want you guys to know that you have the ability to connect with your higher self at any given moment. You just call on her by name. Invite her into your space, get out your journal. Pen and paper is always how I channel for my readings, and everyone has the ability. If you ever want to access the Akashic Records, I always have my course that is linked in the show notes. You have the ability to tune in to joy and to ancient wisdom. That is your Akashic Records. We are all given that beautiful map that is God's plan, that is God's gift to us in this lifetime. And I believe in you that you can do it. And this week, I really genuinely want you to know things are changing, things are falling away, and it might feel uncertain or scary. And it's only because you just are stepping a little bit into the unknown. But I want you to know that what is waiting for you on the other side of this unknown is regal. It is beautiful. It is majestic, and you have to challenge some of your old belief systems. The ways that you have been doing things are changing, and you have got to look at yourself in the freaking mirror. I'm going to yell at you for a second and be like, this is not serving me. Freaking cut it out. We're starving the thought loop. And I am looking to recalibrate. I am looking for joy in my life. I am looking for magic. I am looking for intuition. Every single day, I am more intuitive because I make space, I listen, I connect. And every time I do that, I positively reinforce. It is a habit loop, just like anything else. And you're going to be so brutally honest with yourself from this moment going forward. Say, I am boop, 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 tapping into this control center, and I am calibrating to the frequency of joy. Even that's a great mantra. I'm calibrating to the frequency of joy. It doesn't mean you have to be like, I'm the most joyful person on the planet, because your brain might be like, are we? I don't know. Might start to question. No, I'm calibrating to the frequency of joy. I am calibrating to the frequency of joy. I am calibrating to the frequency of health. I am calibrating to the frequency of abundance. Show me what it looks like. Show me how it feels in my body. Show me what it looks like in my reality. Show me what it looks like in conversations with people. All of these things that, we're addicted to, talking about other people or gossiping or this or that or comparing or judging. Like, yeah, it's some weird part of human nature that we do that, or we feel like we can bond with people when we do that. That is not calibrating to joy. That is not calibrating to our intuition. That's not calibrating. It's a waste of our time and our energy. And you're a queen. Okay. We are queens, and any kings here. We don't waste our time. All right. We are calibrating to the frequency of joy. You have the ability to tune in. And the moment that you do, it's like the theory as old as time. You want to buy a red car and you see your red car everywhere. Your brain, it's a literal command. It is a control center. Our brain is a supercomputer. We are basically just AI in body form. Not really, maybe not AI, but we are this collective energy. And a lot of our structures, our nervous system, that's like our database. It remembers everything in our whole entire life, whether we consciously or subconsciously remember, it doesn't matter. It's still there, right? But when we can tune in to these higher frequencies, our higher knowing, our joy, our trust, our surrender, the body's going to naturally just start to process and offload, just like you would clean up a MacBook. Okay. So as much as I tell you guys to clean up our house and our life, and I'm always telling you all these different ways in which we can recalibrate, I want this to be your anchor for the next day. Just try it, because you never know. Sometimes all you need is one word, one shift, one piece of information, one perspective shift to completely snap you out of the haze or the fog that is causing confusion or lack of clarity in your life. And I know in my heart, the people that come to this show every single week will receive that activation, because there is so much more that's happening on this podcast than just me talking about my life. Yeah, I do talk about my life a lot, but I really do genuinely believe this is an extension of my energy work practice, and it is sacred and it is so rooted in love. And I want everybody to have availability or accessibility to this energy, because it brings me so much joy when I connect with my higher self and connect with y'all's higher self. Like, it really is like the rest of my day, I want to like skip around because I feel so joyful doing this work. And that's how I know that this podcast is a checkpoint for everyone's higher self, myself included. It just creates the time and the space for me to really sit with and allow messages to flow through my body. So this is a quickie today. I'm traveling a little bit this week. We're probably going to hop back on. I'm thinking maybe some longer format, maybe interviews. I don't know. We're just kind of going where the energy flows. But I just wanted to open the Akashic Records today and just give you a little bit of what's coming, because I do think I just feel for everyone I've been seeing, like there is this lightness and this brightness that's coming in this summer. And the summer is always when the sun comes out, and we are meant to bask in the sun and not question. Like I said, is the Ferris wheel going to fall apart? No, just go on the damn Ferris wheel ride and enjoy it. That's like almost the message from our higher self. It's like, we don't have to be addicted to this struggle. Okay. It's a false narrative that we have to fight for all these things and prove our worthiness. And no, you're going to enjoy it this week. You're going to enjoy this week. Before I do readings, I always say, like, I want to invite in play. Like, even if, it is a serious or a heavier reading or someone's lost a loved one, I still want to connect with the energy of love and joy and play, because I want to gift them with those feelings to know that they can reconnect in that way. Right. So it's the same for all of you guys. Just reconnect with some of those sacred pieces of you who were playful and joyful as a kid, maybe no matter what you were doing, working, tinkering away, playing. There is a version of you that's ready to emerge into total alignment. And you're just going to continue to check back in, and allow some of these stories from within to fall away. So go out. I want you to scavenger hunt for all the joy in your life. Documenting joy, looking for joy, all these places where joy is showing up. It is sacred because there is a mission or there is information that is attached to this joy right now. It is guidance. There is information. It's not like, oh, yippee-ki-yay. Yes, we want that too, but there is more there, and I want you to look for it. Okay. It's like a little scavenger hunt. You're going to crack open this egg and you're going to say, hooray, I found this egg. And there's a little something inside, okay, leading you to this timeline where you meet new people, places, things, opportunities, okay? So go out, my little scavenger hunt, my little eggs, my little dancing unicorns, my little perfect peaches. I love you all. I'm going to say our closing prayer. I give thanks to this journey for the support and wisdom. I show infinite gratitude to the keepers of the Akashic Records, for it is now that we close this door and allow our bodies to go forth and explore this new perspective of which we have graciously received. I choose to go forth wearing the lens of love. I give thanks to the legions of light for the gift of oneness and reception. I give thanks to the Akashic Records for the information and guidance. I give thanks to AG University Podcast Higher Self for the joy and connection. And I give thanks to my angels for paving the way. The Akashic Records are now closed. Amen. The Akashic Records are now closed. Amen. The Akashic Records are now closed. Amen. I know I didn't say our opening prayer on the mic, but it's long and I wanted to just get into the episode. If you want to learn more about my prayer that I channeled uniquely for myself and my AG University community, it is called The Pathway to Cosmic Delight, connecting you with your soul's library and the highest version of you. It's always linked in the show notes. And I've currently been opening up some readings and offerings. It always goes out through the newsletter, and everything else is linked in the show notes. And I love you. You're magical. Have a joyful week. Mwah. Bye. As always, I just wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in. If you feel so called or if it feels aligned, I would love for you to leave me a review here I always love reading your beautiful thoughts and messages. And also you can find me at Anna Grace Newell on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And I will link all of my courses, AG University course curriculum in the show notes, along with if you're interested in booking an Akashic Records reading with me. My scheduling link goes out in my newsletter. It goes out once a month and it's completely free. I would love to have you there. As always, I'm a proud professor and you get an A+ for making it all the way through the end. Love you.